Hi again. Good morning. So it's Saturday morning. I wanted to prepare my March spread today, but before I do that, I have brunch plans with my friends, and so I'm getting ready and I wanted to take you with me. So I know my intros are really long. You can fast forward and skip this if you want to just get into the plan with me video. Maybe I should start vlogging, but it's too intimidating for me. I'm also going to try in this video to talk slower and also not speed up as much, just because I got some feedback that my last video almost gave some people seizures. So yeah, I'll try to slow things down, and I'll try to choose calmer music too. That matches with I guess the mood of this video. But anyways, I want to wear a lipstick even though I'm gonna be wearing a mask. So let's see, I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm loading up my bag with hand sanitizer, chapstick, keys, and a small sketchbook. I have something to show you guys later when we get to brunch. Oh, I just came back because I'm wearing a big coat. It's gonna be super cold outside. This is basically a sleeping bag, so let's go. Here is the subway, and so what you do is you tap your phone and you go through. And so my friends are wondering if I'm alive. They're like, Elaine is alive, right? And then the other one's like, is she though? Anyways, I am alive, but my hands are shaking for some reason. Yes, you should always be careful in the subway. Don't be on your phone the entire time. Keep your mask on, stay socially distanced from others, and be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, but it's pretty empty, like there's not a lot of people here, so. All right, so I made it to Chinatown. Though that's not where I'm going. I am going to Soho. So I'm just gonna walk a little bit, and this is it. I think she has the same jacket as I do. Hello. So you have to fill out your name and your temperature. They just took my temperature. Yeah, so actually I saw her last week again.
Got paparazzi. Did you even ask?
No, I haven't asked.
Oh.
Thank you.
Do you need these plates?
I don't think so. It looked nice, but
Thank you.
it was good for the photos.
We haven't used it.
Should I take this one?
Yeah.
So like the other day.
Welcome back to my room. I hope you enjoyed our brunch date, and without further ado, let's start journaling. At the beginning of this video, you've already seen a sneak peek of my setup for this month. Like my previous setups, each month I'll be selecting one word to be the theme. I will also be planning 5 weekly spreads plus challenges, so if you want to journal with me, please hashtag this tag on Instagram so I can check it out. I will be using the same supplies I usually do. Everything will be listed below. For April, my word theme is adventure. First, I'll start by showing you guys some of the little landmarks I'll be using on my cover page, which will be a made-up map. I just painted some little trees and a simple greenhouse. Next will be a pink castle. And then I'll be painting a house and a tall, pointy landmark of some sort. I like using gouache and colored pencils with a little bit of ink. I'm gonna start the map with painting rivers. Then I'm going to paint in this banner. So if you're journaling with me, I want you to imagine a story of yourself as the hero or main character. You can have a sidekick if you want. My parents just got a baby husky, so even though I haven't met him yet, I know we'll be best friends. So he's my sidekick on this adventure. After drawing the roads, I'll be placing my little buildings and landmarks into the map. Enjoy the speed painting. I have to speed it up or else this video is going to be too long. I know I said I would try slowing it down, but we have 5 more pages to go, so. So I drew these 2 picture frames for my main characters of the story. For the first one, I'll be doodling a caricature of me with a bird's nest on my head, because if I had a superpower, it would be to be able to carry an infinite amount of things in my hair, kind of like Mary Poppins with her bag. Next, my husky Kaya. So he's not named after the Singaporean toast, but my brother named him after a Bible character, Hezekiah, who was a king that had a sad ending. Not sure why that's the name my brother chose, but that's his name. Since I tried Dutch doors in my last setup, I got addicted. I wanted to try them again, but this time try layering them until the last page peeks through. So I'm just winging this as I record, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Here's the scary part. I'm cutting into my notebook again. Alright, done with my cover page. Now for my first weekly spread. As usual, I'll be painting the week number in. I'm kind of worried one day I'll paint the wrong week number and mess up my whole journal. So if that ever happens and I don't catch it, please let me know. Say yes to new adventures is the quote for this week. I'll be making weekly trackers instead of monthly ones. And I guess I'm just forever trying out new layouts. I'm still figuring out what works best for me. I'll be decorating this page with lots of plants, kind of like a jungle scene. So challenge 14 will be a fantasy itinerary. Have you been wanting to go somewhere but can't because of you know what? Well, let's plan for it anyway. I'll have to think about this one because I have so many places I want to visit, but I haven't planned for any. You know, there are different types of travelers, ones who plan and ones who don't. And then there are vacations that are relaxing and ones that are activity filled. I definitely love adventure and spontaneity, so I don't mind not planning everything down to the minute as long as I have a general idea of what I want to do or see. I'm also interested in culture, sightseeing, and hiking. And I'm definitely that annoying Instagram traveler who goes places that has to be scenic because I have to have photos. So I painted 12 travel destinations for my calendar this year, and they're also paint with me videos if you haven't seen them. I'd love to visit any of them, but if I had to pick one place, I would pick somewhere that I didn't paint. It's Salar de Uyuni in Bolivia. So there's this giant salt lake flat there. It's nicknamed Where Heaven Meets Earth, and it's just beautiful. I've been to a smaller salt lake flat in Utah at sunrise and I loved it, so I can only imagine how beautiful Bolivia's would be. Okay, now I'm cutting into this page again. I'm cutting it a little larger than the previous so I can get a layered effect. Next is week 15. I already kind of did this challenge earlier, but basically challenge 15 is to enjoy some good food with some good company. In this part of our adventure, we will hang out with the villagers in our made-up towns or your real friends and family that live near you. I'm not sure how comfortable you are or how safe it is where you live to spend time with others, but you can also order takeout and eat over a Zoom date with a friend. I think that spending time with others is so important nowadays, and I will never be able to take a good old face-to-face time with friends for granted again. So for challenge 15, I'll be illustrating the things that we eat in some oval frames. Kind of like what I drew in the sketchbook for my brunch at Maman earlier. Oh, these stripes are supposed to be the wallpaper for a restaurant, and you can get fancier if you want. I'll just be decorating this page with other objects, and I'll be adding a daily tracker on this spread. And then I'll be cutting into the corner of the page again, but making it just a tad bit bigger than the previous. Next is week 16, where we come to the climax of the story. Here is where the protagonist confronts the antagonist, you know, the villain in our lives. Actually, villains don't have to be people. It could be your negative attitude, my perpetually messy room, or the stress from our work, school, or home. Actually, stress is a killer. I've learned so much about cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and how toxic it is for our health. Here I'm quoting a verse from Philippians 4:6 because this is how I deal with negativity in my life. I know that things that cause me to feel anxiety don't come from God, because this verse commands us not to be anxious. And the next part of this verse, which I didn't write, is the way to deal with anxiety, which is by prayer and petition with thanksgiving. So I'm learning to practice these things. You know, our life will never be struggle-free. Actually, the struggle is part of the story. Sometimes we might compare our lives to others because they put up a facade and show us a life that looks great from the outside. But everyone has something they're going through. There are painful and sad parts of life that can make us stronger. Maybe it strengthens us to cope with pain. Maybe it teaches us how to comfort others. Maybe it changes us and humbles us to become better human beings. Maybe it strengthens our faith toward God as our only hope because we realize He is all there is to depend on. This bridge I drew was supposed to be a really scary one. I googled the scariest bridge in the world and found this bridge in Vietnam. But these clouds make this page look really friendly, so I guess it's kind of a fail. Anyways, in challenge 16, I want you to confront your villains and write about them. If there's something that's been weighing you down, write about it. And consider how to confront it. Next is week 17. I'm plotting out my weekly spread again, but this time, in addition to my daily tracker, I'll be adding a mood tracker. I plan on drawing happy or sad faces into this section. And for challenge 17, I will be preparing a spring bucket list. Are there things that you've always wanted to try? I'm going to draw activities and food I want to try or do before spring ends. I'm just gonna decorate this page with fun and simple watercolor botanicals or abstract lines that look like grass. Alright, finally I'm cutting into the last page of my layered Dutch doors. So now you can see the layered Dutch doors up until now. For my very last weekly spread of April, I'll be adding April dates on this corner. So it'll show up on every weekly page. I know, it's ingenious, right? But I didn't make it up. I did some research on Dutch doors and I saw this somewhere. Week 18 will be a cheesy, happy ending to this adventure that we all deserve. So for week 18, my challenge for you is to plan a happily ever after. The ending of this adventure needs to be written. I was thinking of using this page to make long-term goals or future plans. A blurb to motivate my present self to work towards something that could potentially make me happy. I know I change, my goals will also change, but that's okay. Right now, I still need something to work towards. I think that short-term goals need to be attainable and sustainable, but long-term future plans should be something you aspire for. You need time to work towards. Maybe it even looks unachievable or even fantastical. Are there places you want to live, people you aspire to be like, or even better than? What are your career goals? Do you want the Nobel Peace Prize, the Grammys? I don't know. Let's dream big. But don't let them stay dreams. Make them into plans and work out baby steps to get yourself there. In any case, don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of not trying. So I'm drawing a pretty place that I want to one day call home. I think one of my goals will definitely have to be to settle down somewhere. As much as I love moving around from one apartment to another, I think I'm starting to get tired, so a home would be nice. I painted some wax resist dots into the sky before painting it blue, so when I rub it off, these areas will be white. Awesome, I'm finally done. Just FYI, this took me 3 days to film, so that's why the lighting changed so much. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. You know, I dream of owning a minimalistic bullet journal, but it's just not my style. My journals always end up full of illustrations. I'll be recapping the challenges below, so check that out. Don't forget to hashtag. And comment below, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.